It's time for another Heritage Montgomery Civil War moment. The last installment left off with a survey of the Union presence in western Montgomery County. Continuing on, the focus turns to the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal.
Welcome to Violet's Lock, one of 74 locks found along the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. Today, the C&O is our longest national park. It runs nearly 184 miles from Georgetown to Cumberland, Maryland. It draws close to 4 million visitors each year. But during the Civil War, this was an important supply line for the Union Army. At the outset of the war, the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal had just been completed. Comprised of a series of locks, aqueducts, and culverts to accommodate changing elevations, the C&O was a critical transportation link to and from the Port of Georgetown. The city of Washington depended upon it, which is why Confederates disrupted sections whenever they could. This is the recently restored Monocacy aqueduct. Today it's a great place to hike or boat, but during the Civil War, it survived at least 2 known attempts by rebel soldiers to destroy it with explosives. Because the canal runs alongside the Potomac, all troops crossing the river, Union and Confederate, also had to cross the canal. The sheer numbers caused ongoing destruction. Prior to the war, the ferry that operated here at Edwards Ferry connected Virginia to Maryland. The canal is just up the hill, along with the remains of a small town. Union forces camped here throughout the war. In October 1861, Edwards Ferry was the site of a makeshift hospital that cared for soldiers wounded in the Battle of Ball's Bluff. One was a young Oliver Wendell Holmes. And in 1863, prior to the Battle of Gettysburg, General Joseph Hooker and his Army of the Potomac crossed the river into Maryland, here at Edwards Ferry, using 2 1,400-foot-long bridges that Union engineers had constructed from pontoons. The physical impact of this crossing on the canal and the surrounding area was enormous. For County Report This Week, I'm Barbara Grunbaum.
For more of the county's involvement in the Civil War, visit the Heritage Montgomery website and click on Civil War.